Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and I love live video streaming. Not just watching it, but doing it. Right now, as a matter of fact, I'm live streaming behind the scenes. See, the video you're watching is likely edited. The video that I recorded was streamed live. Did that make any sense at all? Periscoping is all the rage, and despite what it sounds like, it's actually a good thing. It was an app that was acquired by Twitter a couple of weeks ago. I already have 84,129 hearts. I think that's a good thing. That makes me a super Time Lord. The acquisition of this free app was likely prompted by the seemingly runaway success of Meerkat. And this may come as a surprise to you, but the tips I'm about to share apply to more than just Periscope. Live video streaming is not a new phenomenon. In fact, I've been live video streaming ever since it was a possibility for average people. Y'all remember that, don't you? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.perillo.com. We'll see you later. Wait, I'm not done with this video! Ustream is still a fantastic service to use, though most of its focus these days is on enterprise. And with full disclosure in mind, I do sit on the Ustream advisory board. I love live streaming parts of my life as much as other people like watching. Tip number 1, don't do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I learned that the hard way. That's not to say it was a mistake for me to stream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's just that eventually, I needed to come up with things to do. I know that some of you missed the classic video feed with the chat integrated, but I still do live video feeds throughout the day for patrons and for anybody who might be able to pay attention at any given moment. And if you want access to all my live streams, all you have to do is become one of the patrons, aka the Supernomies, at chrisperillo.com. Sorry, that was my best impression of a robot. I won't do it again in this video. To dovetail the first tip, keep it short. I aim to do my periscopes right between 5 and 10 minutes at a time. A good indication as to how well your stream is doing is seeing how many people are tuned in and how many people tune out. So my second suggestion is have a topic. For example, in the mornings after I've made my morning cup of coffee, I usually open up an AMA for about 5 or 10 minutes. I may not be able to answer all the questions, but sometimes the questions that I get asked serve as inspiration for future videos. Sometimes, if Jedi's in a good mood, I'll periscope with her on my lap. Not that that's an amazing reason to spin up a periscope, but you know what? It seemingly worked for some. If I'm witnessing something fascinating that I'd like to document, Periscope might be the best way to do it. Although you should be reminded that Periscope is optimized for the vertical video orientation. Keep it short. Have a topic. My next tip is interact. One of the biggest values of doing any kind of live stream is getting live feedback from the people who are watching. And much like I had chat integrated in my classic videos, chat is kind of integrated with Periscope videos, including after they've gone live. If I wanted to get feedback about what it was that I was doing, or about to do, or about to get, or showing, then Periscope would be the near perfect platform to do it. Today. If only because the people who have tuned in are likely interested in the thing that you said you're going to do. Unfortunately, right now, everybody can tune into your Periscope, which isn't bad, it's just that, unfortunately, some jerks ruin it for the rest of us. Keep that in mind. Currently, you can only Periscope to the world. But my suggestion is, ignore the people that are detracting from the experience that you're streaming. So, mostly interact, but sometimes ignore. My next suggestion is going to be the suggestion that's going to make you share this with everybody, and that is keep your phone steady. Maybe it's just me, but every other Periscope that I've tried to watch, I can't watch because it's unwatchable. If need be, use both hands. Or, if anything, lean the phone on something. Please. If there's one thing that could ruin a good Periscope, it's bad video. And I'm not talking about the topic. And I'm not suggesting that you must keep the camera stationary. Just keep in mind that stabilization is currently not built into the software. My final suggestion for you today is very, very important.
Tips not important, only Periscope important.
If you're around anybody else or in a public place, get permission first. It's not implied. That's more like a moral or ethical boundary for me. I never expect that anybody would want to live stream with me. I have to ask first. Let's go ahead and walk you through an example. Let's say you're having a bad day and someone comes along and shoves a camera in your face. And then they tell you, hey, you're live on the internet. How would you feel? I'm just telling you. Don't do it. Get permission first. Do that. Don't not get permission. Make sure people know what it is that you're about to do, especially if it's a significant other. Just because you're in the mood to live stream doesn't mean that everybody around you is in the same mood. And I don't care how many followers you have. it's not right to do. I have the same issue when it comes to vlogging, especially in public. I'm trying to think up any more tips that I might be able to share with you today. Well, if you have any tips to share them. And I would like to take this moment to formally invite everybody watching me right now to watch any of my live streams, whether they're on YouTube or Periscope or whatever. Happy Periscoping, everybody. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.